Yes, this is F1 Grandstand. I'm Tony Craig, and this is your Miami Grand Prix live. And oh, are we ready for it? We've got weather, we've got excitement, we've got Kimi Antonelli, the boy wonder, with back-to-back-to-back poles. We've got George Russell struggling with his Mercedes, off the pace from the young pretender. We've got the McLarens bringing back some form, looking competitive. And we've got the Ferrari of Charles Leclerc as well, doing very well. And Lewis Hamilton still in fighting distance on the third row. Oh, it's going to be good. It's going to be good. Hey chat, how are you all doing? Are you as excited as I am about this? We have got a lot to get into. Plus, don't forget, after this stream, we will be going almost straight into our live reaction show. So don't go anywhere at the end of this stream. Just time to make a cup of tea, and we will be back for our Formula One Miami Grand Prix live reaction as well. So yes, we've got a full afternoon of Formula One, and how interesting, 3 hours early because of the blooming weather. Good job we checked that. I did put a notice out on the community tab, by the way, to tell everybody we would be going early. But you know what? Wet weather. I love a wet weather race. Some of the greatest races in history have been wet weather ones. I've got my coffee, got my pen, I've got everything I need to hopefully create a brilliant show for you guys. And yes, if you are brand new, as you can see on screen, join the grid. That's our grid. That's the F1 Grandstand grid. Subscribe to the channel. Make sure you put a big like on the stream as well. It really does a lot for the algorithm to push it out there to all other people. So if you have got a second, push that big thumbs up whilst we are chatting. Let's, in fact, before we get into it, let's take a little look at the Miami Grand Prix starting grid. So we've got Kimi Antonelli, boy wonder, P1, Verstappen. Wow, what a turnaround for Red Bull. I would never have guessed Max Verstappen could have put that Red Bull P2 in qualifying. That's a huge leap forward from where they have been. I would say he was probably running about really like Red Bull was like a P10. So to qualify P2 for Max Verstappen is a huge, gigantic leap forward for Red Bull. Then Charles Leclerc keeping everybody on their toes. P3 for the Ferrari. Lando Norris, now McLaren, genuine contenders. Lando Norris, pole in the sprint qualifying, won the sprint race with ease, actually. Perfect execution from McLaren. He's put that McLaren P4. George Russell, P5. What's his excuse? Way behind his teammate, Kimi Antonelli. Lewis Hamilton, P6, third row. He won't be delighted, but he's certainly within attacking distance with Ferrari starts, baby. They're out on their own with those. And we could see Hamilton pick up a couple of places before turn one, lap one. Oscar Piastri, P7, just within touching distance. Then Franco Colapinto. What can we say about him? Massive improvement. His best race ever, or his best qualifying ever in an Alpine. Out-qualified Pierre Gasly for the first time I can remember. P8, fourth row. Incredible qualifying performance from him. Isaac Hadjar just creeping in there on the fifth row in the Red Bull. Struggling with it, actually. A second a lap slower than Max Verstappen. He doesn't know why. He's trying to get to grips with it. I don't know why. He's a second a lap slower than Max. He's got the same car, same upgrades, and there are rumours that one of the floor upgrades on Hadjar's car is going to be a problem. Could be illegal. They were talking about it. I don't know whether anything's actually happened, but that was the rumour. Pierre Gasly, P10. There, you know, he's normally what, P8. He'll be disappointed that Franco Colapinto outqualified him. Nico Hülkenberg with an Audi that was on fire before the start of the sprint race, which meant he couldn't take part. They rebuilt his car, got him out in qualifying, and he managed to get P11. Liam Lawson, P12 in the Racing Bulls, probably as good as you could expect in the Racing Bulls, because he did manage to be in front of the Haas of Ollie Behrman, P13. Carlos Sainz in the Williams, which we know is overweight. We know it's a bag of spanners. We know it doesn't drive very well. So P14 is probably extracting the maximum in qualifying for him. Esteban Ocon, P15. Alex Albon, P16. Arvid Lindblad in the Racing Bulls down in P17. Did have problems with his car. Fernando Alonso, P18. Lance Stroll, P19. Bottas in the Cadillac, P20. Perez, P21. And Bortoletto, who didn't actually... his car was on fire. His Audi also caught fire, didn't it? Because of the brakes. Didn't manage to get a good run. He's out in qualified P22. So that is your grid. But I'm excited. I'm looking at the television coverage right now. The clouds do look grey. Are we going to see any rain? I think we might. It's not raining at the moment. When I saw the F2 race a little early on today, the track was wet. Very wet. So yeah, we could see... We're expecting rain, aren't we? I don't know what that means. If we're expecting rain, then we've got to be expecting safety cars. Anything could happen. Anything could happen in this Grand Prix. But just a quick chat about the regulation tweaks, what we've seen so far. I thought qualifying was good. I think the drivers were able to go flat out. I think drivers were rewarded for pushing the car to the limit. Charles Leclerc, that's what he wanted, it's what Max wanted. And then look at that. We see Max P2, Charles Leclerc P3 competing at the top. I think some of these regulation tweaks have gone some way to solving at least those issues. Qualifying looked better. It looked more real. But the starts, I think Ferrari are the biggest losers at this point because their advantage may be chipped away at a little bit. But then again, we did see Kimi Antonelli start in the sprint race, and it was terrible. Absolutely terrible. He dropped down to 4th, didn't he? So yeah, that's our starting grid. Bring up the this is all the data that you've got for the Grand Prix. As you know, take it on screen. Track below me, you'll see all the cars live out on track, their track position. Then to the right, you've got all of the data. You've got all the drivers. You've got all the tyres that they're on, how many laps they've done, last lap, best lap, the interval between each car. Then you've got sectors 1, 2, and 3 broken down into mini sectors. The colours are important. Where you see it's yellow, it means there's been no improvement. If you see any of those mini sectors are green, it means the driver has done his personal best. If you see it's purple, it means they've gone the fastest of all. Then you can see what gear the car's in. Then you can see what RPM that engine is doing. And of course, you can see the speed the car is traveling at as well. So we have got everything you could possibly want. But we've got more. We've got more. We don't have look. So look at this. I've got race control messages, live race control message I can bring up at any point. And this is a new one. Track limits. Any track limit violations we'll see in this graphic as they happen. And radio messages as well. As they come out, we'll get radio message as well. So we've got even more data than you could possibly ever want. Thane's in with the super chat. The question is, will it be warm or cold rain? I mean, how much of a difference does warm or cold rain? I don't know. Warm rain or cold rain? How much difference does it make? Yes, it lowers the track temperature, so it's going to have some effect. But wet is wet, isn't it? Even if it was puddles of warm rain, I still think you're going to lose a bit of traction, right? I don't know how much of a difference it actually makes. Very good point, Thane, as always. And if you want to be like Thane, and get your super chats in, super chats do support the show. All super chats read out live on air. You can ask a question, you can share your opinions, you can tell me just you're backing your team, but you can join the show and be a big part of it, just like Thane did right then. So don't forget, you can get your super chats in. Patrick Dempsey on the television. They've got a lot of Hollywood A-listers out there. I'm not sure. Is he an A-lister, Patrick Dempsey? I think my mum loved Patrick Dempsey. Thane says warm rain means interims will have more grip and cold rain means chances of spins and lockups. So warm rain will help the inters perform. Interesting. Will it be warm or cold? How do we know? The only temperatures I've got, track temperature right now is down at 35.4 degrees. You remember yesterday, they were running at over 50 degrees. That will suit the Ferrari. The Ferrari doesn't seem to like the warmer temperatures, does it? So actually, the lower track temp should suit the Ferrari. Humidity 72%. Wind speeds down at 3.2 kilometers. We saw wind speeds yesterday over 25. So it's going to be an interesting weather situation for the Grand Prix. I'm looking at it right now, and Martin Brundle is talking to Jimmy Fallon. That's what I love about American Grand Prix. The grid walk is hilarious. Jimmy Fallon's on the grid. Huh. Yes, Gisette, I see you. Corinne's in there. John's in there. Thane, obviously, already done a super chat. He's in there. Drop tuned. Jeremy's in there. Good night. Cal Coolit's in there. Good to see so much. God, the chat's been going on a while. David Tringle, Sulo. Chef's in the house. That's in the house. Amelia's in the house. If you're watching for the first time, tell me. Get in. Hooked on Classics in there. God, loads of you have been chatting before. Everyone's getting excited. Carl's in the house. If you are watching for the first time, make sure you subscribe to the channel so you can get in the chat and get involved in the conversation. By the way, the poll time yesterday was 127.798. We need an honesty box here. Did somebody say 129.79? Who had 129.7 something? And somebody was close to that poll. It wasn't me. I had 127.32. If you were close to yesterday's poll time, guess 127.798. Tell me, get in the chat. I think there's some people pretty close. Yes, Billy from Philly. I see you, buddy. Yeah, someone said 127.75. Who was it? Colin Farrell's on the grid with Martin Brundle right now. Let's go, Menace to go. Absolutely. John Darnborough had a 127.65. That was close. That's pretty close. So someone had a 127.75. David Tringle said 127.7. That's it. I knew we had someone close. It was 127.79. 127.77 is bloody close. I mean, you can't get much closer than that. I think that might be the closest one, David. Thane got 3 out of 3 so far. I think he got Melbourne, China, and Japan. So maybe maybe this one goes to Dave Tringle. 1 on the scoreboard for Dave Tringle with his guess. Yes, Colin. Hello, hello, hello. I see you in there as well. Hooked on Classics was close, apparently, as well. Oh, so David Tringle said 127.75. It's bloody close. Yes, Scooby Sim Racing. Nice to have you with us, buddy. John Darmer says we have a winner. Got the American National Anthem being sung right now. Yeah, David, that was a very, very good guess. Thane off his game in Miami. Not like him. He'll have to come back in Canada stronger, Thane, with your guesses. Let's do another one, actually. Let's do another one. Fastest lap of the race. This girl can sing. Let's go! Let's go! Nice rendition of the national anthem there. Star Spangled Banner, very good indeed. Yeah, so we've got some fastest lap predictions coming in already. Hooked on Classics has gone in with a 1. Oh, you said 126.98 yesterday. Thank you for your honesty. So far, Dave Tringle looks like he's got it on lockdown. Yeah, good night. She can sing. So, Get your guesses in. Fastest lap predictions of today. If the poll was 127.798, I think I do think we're going to get the 127s. Cars get lighter. Jeremy's gone with a 128.65. Goodnight's gone with a 129.3. Do you not think we're going to get into the 127s? Lighter fuel loads towards the end of the lap. Tyre strategy, someone chicks the softs on? Possibly. Gisette says a bit flat, but she's finishing it nicely. Yeah, drop tune, much colder today. Good night. Of course, we do have rain to factor in on your fastest times predictions. Yeah, Manny says, an American, but don't judge me on my president. It's all right, we don't do politics here. The Foggy Jones, 30.1, heavy cars at the start, rain at the end. It's good, because I'm listening to your predictions. I'm listening to your predictions before I make mine. I think we're going to be... Yes, I agree with that logic. Rain's a factor. Heavier cars at the beginning. Okay, my prediction is... and you can make it to 3 decimal points, because we've got 3 decimal points on our timing. So I'm going to go 28.3... That I've got it. I'm going 128.838 is my fastest lap time. Yes, Richard. 5x5 Port Orchard. A 126 for Colin. It's going to rain. It's going to rain. It's going to be a tough one. So we've got radio messages as well. If anything interesting comes up, we've got it. Race control. Risk of rain for the F1 race is 40%. That's actually not... It's not a definite then, is it? Actually. Risk of rain, 40%. Dry start, Lando Norris saying. Lando Norris seems to think it is going to rain a little bit later. Jeremy says 80% chance in an hour, just as the fuel loads are getting lighter. Gisette says, yeah, but Max loves the rain, as does Lewis. Who knows? Listen, if it rains, you know, Lewis has got a chance for a podium here. Yes, DT's in the house. Yeah, it's going to be good. McLaren, I wonder if their starts seem pretty good at the moment, actually. John Darmer says rain lap 38. DT's in the IMAX, of course he is. How is it, DT? Are you loving the IMAX experience for the F1? Kyle Tuck's come in with a 127.988. If it's dry at the start of the race, I think some of the fastest laps will be before it rains. And then, yeah, you're probably right, 127s. Well, no, I don't know. 127.798 was the poll. Good night says Lewis is the only one who really has had multiple sessions in the wet in the 26 cars, to be honest. Yeah, he did that wet weather tyre test for Pirelli, didn't he, last week? Or the week before? Cal says rain might hit around 2 p.m. after 2 track turns into a river. Good call moving up the start time. Yeah, what we don't want is a race that gets red flagged, do we? You know. Just at 9:49 a.m. just got up drinking a nice cafe de ola and some buttered toast. Ooh, nice. Lovely. Woody looks so rainbow. I think he's, you know what, speaking about George Russell, how do you think he's feeling today after Kimi Antonelli um, put the Mercedes on pole and he's down in fifth? Do you think he's, I mean, look, do you think George Russell is panicking about this? Kimi Antonelli puts the same car on pole and he only manages on the third row, P5. I don't know how he's going to... I think actually George Russell, it has to be playing on his mind. 3 back-to-back poles for Kimi Antonelli. George Russell can't say it's a fluke. He can't say he's having a bad day. He can't blame luck. I mean, how many excuses can you have? Kimi Antonelli is just showing that, look, you know, he's faster over a lap at the moment. And George Russell, you know, he's got Lewis Hamilton next to him, who is going to get a better start. I predict Hamilton will get past George Russell by turn 1. Russell then's got to get past Hamilton, Lando, Leclerc, and Max. I think George Russell's probably getting the heebie-jeebies. Mr. Tinks, I'm ready to troll from Carlisle. On second thought, I won't mention where I'm from. Hey, Mr. Tinks, good to see you in the chat, buddy. Carlo Jenner, Franco Coca-Cola. Listen, Franco Pinto's had a brilliant qualifying for him. Great move. He's in front of Gasly, 4th row. What a drive. I always give credit where it's due. Franco Colapinto, big improvement here in Miami. Maybe he just loves Miami. I know this isn't a great track for Lewis. Not a good track for Mercedes historically. Mercedes have never won here. And remember, nobody's ever won this race from pole. Can Kimi Antonelli be the first? Yeah, Richie says George is peed. The uncontrollable aggression will cause a crash. I think once you start getting the EBGBs and your George Russell, you've got to be considering. Everyone's looking at me. I'm getting paid 10 times the money that Kimi Antonelli's getting paid. It's supposed to be my year. I've got the car that can do it. Yet my teammate is out qualifying me and is beating me by 9 points at the more 8 points now in the driver championship. He's going to be worried. He's got to be worried. Absolutely. Yeah, Kyle saying Antonelli's showing Russell up for a newbie. Yeah, it is. Especially when the whole grid and the whole F1 fraternity was saying, oh, this is George Russell's year. Just before we start, Mercedes have got this. They're going to be the car to beat. George Russell is nailed on for the World Driver Championship. Nobody was talking about Kimi Antonelli. Everybody thought that Kimi Antonelli was going to play that second driver role. He wasn't going to be a threat. And even when George Russell himself was talking about the biggest threat to him winning, he's talking about Ferrari, talking about McLaren. Never mentioned Kimi Antonelli. I bet he does now. Yes, Kyle, let's go. Harry Brown, Max to put Antonelli in the gravel, Lewis to podium. Ooh, could be. Lewis could be. Look, he's on the 3rd row. Alan Finn, good to have you with us, buddy. We could not have asked for a better front row to give the chance of carnage. Exactly. It's going to be action, Alan. It is going to be action. Plus, when the rain starts falling, who knows? Anything can happen. Menace the Goat says, if George crashes out in this race, it's over. That's the danger with Russell and Antonelli. The danger is if George has a DNF. You're right. And Kimi then wins the race. We saw it last year, didn't we, with Oscar Piastri and Lando Norris. Yes, Oscar managed to eke out a 34-point lead over Oscar. That would be the same as what's happening right now if George doesn't finish. Kimi does and wins the race. That'd be a 34-point advantage. Do Mercedes at that point start, it'd be very early, but start putting all their eggs in the Antonelli basket? Kyle says it's been a while since we had a good crash turn 1. Look, it doesn't have to be an ending crash, as in like put someone out of the race, but a bit of contact, bit of opportunity to make some ground. Gisette says, George needs to get really pissed and stop being posh by getting into uber aggressive mode and attacking. Beat the kid, though I'm rooting for Kimi. Gisette, that's a winning mentality right there. Thank you for your super chat. Exactly. If you need to get that fight. It might be a gentleman's sport, but when you're out on track, you've got to be a shark. Thank you very much for your super chat. And if you want to be like Gisette and get a super chat in, really easy, support the show. Super chats all guaranteed to be read out live on air. You can ask a question, you can share your opinion, back your team. Just join the show, be part of it. That's the super chats available for you should you want to be part of the show live on air. Boggy Jones, extra facial downforce from George. He needs to grow a moustache. Like Dick Dastardly from the Wacky Racers. Oh, Chef says that Dan Williams. Yeah, that Dan Williams is a problem. Not really a big improvement from where they've been. Manchir says George needs a mullet. He needs to look just like Bottas. Get the mullet. Alan says Russell does not have the killer instinct. Alan, I would say a lot of people agree with you on that. I agree with you on that. And also, he's never been tested with a mental resilience when he's really under the pressure. He's never really believed he could win one. He's never believed he's had a car to win one. This is the first year where he's got a car that can win, and then it's down to driver. It's down to him. Has he, in that, he's never been in a situation where he's behind his teammate, where he thinks he can win the World Driver Championship, especially a rookie teammate. Can we call him a rookie now? It's his second season in Formula One. But a learner driver to all, to all extent, really. So, yeah, how does he handle that pressure? How does he handle not meeting the expectation? The expectation on Russell was to be winning this World Driver Championship and to win it. But the cars are all lined up. Get ready. Getting ready. How long have we got? 2 minutes till the start of your Miami Grand Prix. You are in the right place to come and watch it with us. Absolutely in the right place. All the data you could possibly want. It's going to be an interesting start. It's going to be an interesting race. The weather's going to play a part. Safety cars always play a part in Miami. And we've got these new regulation rule tweaks, which should make the racing a lot more authentic than we've seen. Gisette says Max wants to win it and shut everyone up. Of course he does. Of course he does. He does indeed. I can see them all. They're looking focused. Max Verstappen starting on the front row. This is unexpected for everybody, I'm sure. What a huge leap forward for Red Bull. If Kimi Antonelli, I hope he's been working on his starts. His starts have been atrocious. It was atrocious in the sprint race. Atrocious in Japan. Went from first to sixth. Just atrocious. He needs to nail his start. But my heart will be in my mouth for him. Because he's got Max Verstappen right next to him. And guess what? Max, no matter how narrow that start window is to get the optimum start, Max will hit it. Probably. So Kimi has to get this right. Has to. Everyone's out on the mediums, apart from Hadjar is on the hards. He's starting from the pit lane. So we're expecting rain, did we say 2 o'clock in 1 hour's time? Will the medium tyre choice take them through? That's what they'll be hoping for. They'll be hoping that medium tyre will take them through to the point in the race where they will need to go on to the intermediates. Is the medium tyre the right choice? Everyone seems to think it is. But rain is unpredictable here in Miami. It could come a lot quicker. We might not get it at all, but there is an 80% chance of rain. Gisette in with a super chat. Max has a cool Miami vibe helmet. Did you see Max? By the way, he does, Gisette. Did you see Max's Instagram post? He had the whole Miami vibe background silhouette. Max Verstappen with his helmet on. It looked very cool. Oh, good night said. They just said light rain in 15 minutes. Heavy rain in 30 minutes. Medium tyre could be exactly the right choice then. If it's in 15 minutes, he probably could have got away with some soft. Yeah, then again, that Ferrari did not perform well on the soft tyre at all. Medium's better, actually, for the Ferraris. It's a good move, bringing it forward. Rain's still a factor, but we don't want it red flagged and stopped. Yeah, Alan Finn, loving Verstappen's helmet. I completely agree. It's very cool. It's like, it reminds me of a Grand Theft Auto. Miami City, was it? GTA, Miami. Was it Miami? I can't remember. It might be Miami edition. Our formation lap now. This is it. I do predict there might be some carnage. Lap 1, turn 1. The track has been wet early. If any of you saw the F2 race, the track was extremely wet. They're out on the mediums, but how dry is this track? The track temperature right now is 35.9 degrees. No wind. 26.5 degrees air temperature. Humidity 72%. Get some heat in those tyres, Kimi. Trying to get some heat in his tyres. That track temperature is not the highest. We saw track temperatures of over 50 degrees yesterday. Miami Vice, good night. Yes, thank you. GTA, Miami Vice, let's go. That's what Verstappen's helmet looks like. Gisette says they're doing a remake of Miami Vice with Austin Butler and Michael B. Jordan. They asked me to do it, actually, but I said, no, give it Austin. He'll do a good job. Foggy Jones. Let's rename the helmets to helmets. Podium prediction for Alan Finn. Leclerc P1, Norris P2, Hamilton P3. That's ambitious for a Ferrari fans. 2 Ferraris on the podium. Okay, lining up now. Get ready. Get excited. Here we go. Max and Kimi already in their grid boxes. Hadjar starting from the pit lane. Okay. Okay, start is on. Pre-race procedure started. Revs up. Red lights on. Lights out. Let's go. Great start from Kimi Antonelli. Can he hold off Max? No. He's been challenged immediately from Charles Leclerc into P1. Oh, he's lost. He's undercut. Okay, Kimi Antonelli's gone super wide. He's dropping down P3. Oh, it's a spin. Max Verstappen has spun, dropping down the grid. What a start. Carnage. We've got Leclerc P1, Antonelli P2, Norris P3, Piastri P4, Russell P5, Colapinto up to P6. Hamilton P7 stayed out of trouble, but Max Verstappen all the way down to P9. What a start for Leclerc. What a start for Ferrari. Hamilton unable to make any ground at the start, but he did stay out of trouble. Leclerc getting some clean air between him and Antonelli. Antonelli did run very wide. Hamilton going wheel to wheel with Colapinto, and they touch. Damage to Hamilton's Ferrari. Colapinto and Hamilton touched. Verstappen trying to recover some positions. He's down in P9. Very aggressive. It is carnage in the middle of the field. Charles Leclerc away clean. Kimi Antonelli. Hamilton attacking Colapinto again. He's made it stick. Hamilton past Colapinto up to P6. Now chasing down George Russell. Bit of a lock up there. Max Verstappen putting the move on Lawson. What is going on? Verstappen past Albon up to P9. This is absolute carnage. Wow, Max Verstappen he dropped 7 places. 7 places from the start. Leclerc up 2 places. Antonelli down 1. Norris up 1. Piastri up 3 places up to P4. Great start for him. No change for Russell and Hamilton. P5, P6. Colapinto up to P7. Lawson up 3 places to P8. Verstappen down in P9. Albon up 5 places from the start to P10 in the Williams. Lawson loses a position there to Verstappen. He's now got Albon all over his gearbox. This has been a crazy start to the Miami Grand Prix. And we've still got wet weather to come. This one's going to be exciting. Even the Haasses are fighting each other down in 13th and 14th. Behrman and Ocon wheel to wheel. It's been carnage. We saw contact between Colapinto and Hamilton. We saw Antonelli run massively wide alongside Verstappen. We saw Verstappen spin, losing 7 places off the grid. Crazy scenes at the start of the Miami Grand Prix. George Russell passes Oscar Piastri. This is racing, boys. Gisette says, yes, it is. Wow. Alan Finn says Colapinto is not up to the standard of the new Latifi. Come on, Nick DeFries. I think Colapinto has to give it. Listen, let's just see how he goes, because he's holding it in the points at the moment. He's staying in the top 10. And his qualifying's got better. We are seeing an upward trajectory for Colapinto at the moment. Yes, I've been a Colapinto basher myself. But this so far, let's see how his race transpires. Wheel to wheel with Hamilton. I didn't see it close enough. Was it Colapinto's fault? Did he not leave enough room? I don't know. I'm waiting to see a replay. You might be right. That could have been a Colapinto error. Really could, but I do not know yet. But right now, what a glorious start for Antonelli. A second ahead, sorry, for Leclerc. A second ahead of Antonelli. Ferrari. A dream start for Leclerc. Antonelli keeping him on it, staying within 1 second, which is where he wants to be for overtake mode. Norris as well, within a second of Antonelli. George Russell is 1.8 seconds back, though, from Norris. Yeah, Drop Tune says, would he breeze past Oscar? He did. That Mercedes obviously, you know, has the power. Gisette says Colapinto needs to work on the wheel-to-wheel. Not just him, actually, to be fair. There's a few drivers that need to work on wheel-to-wheel. And according to Charles Leclerc yesterday, Kimi Antonelli is one of those drivers. Didn't like going wheel-to-wheel with Kimi at all. Leclerc said Kimi was going to cause an accident. So, yeah, wheel-to-wheel racing, you can only really practice it by racing and practicing it, but you need a car able to do it. So yeah, Colapinto 2 seconds now behind Hammy. Hamilton 1.2 seconds behind Piastri. So everyone could, I think, oh, we've got a move happening right here. We've got George Antonelli trying to put a move on Leclerc. Couldn't make it stick, but he is attack. Kimi Antonelli is in attack mode right now. Antonelli is all over the gearbox of Leclerc. Full on attack for Kimi Antonelli. Brave as you like for the young buck in the Mercedes. He has come to win this race. No one's ever won it from pole before, but will Kimi Antonelli do it today? He's putting the move on Leclerc now. Can he make it stick here? He's done it. Antonelli back into the lead, turn 18. It was a good, clean move. Leclerc, though, is it going to stick? He's right on the gearbox of Antonelli. Leclerc will have boost. Can he get to him coming into turn 1? No, not close enough. But he is still 0.4 seconds behind Antonelli, still within striking distance. Will Antonelli in the clean M be able to pull away from Leclerc now? You would expect him to. The Mercedes having more power. Plus, Leclerc does have Norris all over his gearbox. He has to deal with that fight also. Wow, lots of action so far. Gisette says, but Ferrari had the front at the front is an improvement. Hell yeah, it is. He's not done yet. He's not done yet. Look, he's not done yet, Giuseppe. The Foggy Jones says, Hadjar on hards with the forecast. Why? How was he going that long? I completely agree, Foggy Jones. I think that was a silly move. Why put Hadjar on the hards, expecting him to do a distance that long before they're going to be coming in for the intermediates? I don't know. If it's going to start raining in 15 minutes, expect it soon. FIA stewards, no further investigation. Colapinto Hamilton turn 11 collision. Colapinto has done no wrong with that contact with Hamilton. Colapinto still with a clean bill of health in this race. Running P7. Yeah, Giuseppe jinxed it. You jinxed it, Giuseppe. Dang. Thanks for your super chat. Norris is... We've had a crash. Hadjar in the wall, turn 6. Furious, smashing his helmet, smashing his steering wheel. He is furious. Let me see the replay. Hadjar on the hards. It was a silly tyre choice to begin with. Yellow flag conditions. Are we going to get a safety car out for Hadjar's crash? That will be good news. Leclerc. P1. What have I missed? How's Leclerc got P1 and Norris P2 and Antonelli down to P3? Safety car. We've got a crash. Pierre Gasly has crashed the Alpine. Turn 17, I think. We have a crash from the Alpine. Turn 17. Safety car deployed. Leclerc currently in P1. Hadjar still smashing himself in the face in the helmet. Banging the car. Pulling on the steering wheel. He is furious. He's still smashing his own head. What happened? He is furious, Isaac Hadjar. Absolutely furious right now. We need to see the replay. I do not know what happened. 2 crashes on the same lap. Hadjar and Gasly. That's 2 drivers out of the Miami Grand Prix on lap 6. Safety car deployed. Everyone bunching up again. This could be good news for Hamilton because we know what the Ferrari's like on a restart. Could Hamilton manage to leapfrog a couple of places from P6 to help his teammate out? Pierre Gasly doing the walk of shame here. You can see that lonely figure of Gasly making his way off the track. Good night says, I wonder if it's starting to rain. It is raining. Maybe that's it, guys. And Isaac Hadjar on the hards. That's not the tyre you want. Why are they not showing? Why is the director of the race not showing us the accident? Car karaoke Rosen. Chaos, love it. Yeah, it has been. Safety car is out. Chaos. Verstappen's coming in to change the rubber. Of course he is. Where's Ferrari? Ferrari, listen and learn. You're under a safety car. Put fresh rubber on now. What tyres has Verstappen got on to? Has he got on with the softs? Is he making a change? Fresh set of mediums. What's he doing? It's a cheap pit stop. If he wants to attack, maybe the soft would be the right move. Oh, Hadjar's a mistake. Over the curb. He's bounced over the curb. Put him straight into the wall. That is rookie error from Hadjar. Giuseppe says, wow, this is all without any rain. Oh, it's going to get even more exciting, Giuseppe. It's going to get even more exciting. Yes, Alluraplast. Yes, Cabano. Let's go. Absolutely. Welcome to the chat, my friend. If you're watching for the first time, you're in the right place. If you want to enjoy any watch along, this is the place you want to be. This is the best community. Do join us. Subscribe to the channel. Get in the chat. Tell us where you're watching from. Tell us your prediction of what you think the fastest lap of the day is going to be. Oh, Pierre Gasly wasn't even his fault. Liam Lawson. Liam Lawson drifting wide. Flipped Gasly's car over. Not Gasly's fault. Liam Lawson and Gasly connecting, which put Gasly out of the race. That switchback from Leclerc was gorgeous. Wow, Lewis Hamilton did so well to avoid Max Verstappen at the start of the race, to avoid contact. What a start. What a Miami Grand Prix we're having so far. Yeah, he flipped. John Darby, he flipped it. Absolutely flipped it. Yeah, good. I'm not even sure it was Liam's. Was it Liam's fault? I don't. Let's see if there's any news from the stewards on that incident. Recovering the track, turn 17. No news on any investigation on Liam Lawson at this time. Recovery vehicles out on track. Safety car still deployed. So who's actually come in for new tyres? Max Verstappen. Bottas has come in for some softs. Bottas took the advantage of the safety car to come in and get some softs on. Why not? I think that's the aggressive move. Verstappen's come in for the hards. Verstappen on the hard tyre. They must think that the wet weather is not going to come for a while. I'm not so sure. The track looks... That switchback from Leclerc was gorgeous. To take first place, turn 3. That's right, Carl. Last Italian world champion with the Ascari, 1952 and 1953. I know, it's been over 70 years, 73 years since there's been an Italian world champion. Listen, it would be, can you imagine? Even all the Ferrari, the Tifosi will be supporting Antonelli in that for sure. Viva Antonelli. Gisette says, separating the boys from the men, veterans ruling, absolutely. Yeah, we're seeing some good driving. Oh, we saw that contact, Colapinto and Hamilton's car. If Hamilton had damage, this is a time to bring that Ferrari in. So Max Verstappen pushed Lawson really wide. Lawson is under investigation and has retired his car because of the collision with Gasly. And he is under investigation at the moment. Yeah, FIA stewards turn 17 incident involving car 10 under investigation causing a collision. Let's see. I'm not sure whether it is his fault yet or not. Yeah, Prodigy, why hasn't he pitted yet? I don't know. If Hamilton, that collision Hamilton had with Colapinto looked like it damaged part of the Ferrari. Why is he not taking advantage? If I was Hamilton, I'd come in for some softs. If the rain's coming anyway, cheap pit stop. At least you got a chance of attacking. Leclerc staying out. What a mistake there from Hadjar. What a mistake. Yeah, CJ, Ferrari not taking advantage of any fresh rubber. I can't understand why. It's because everybody knows they are going... I tell you why they're not using the safety car for their pit strategy. It's because everybody knows they're going to have to come in for wet weather tyres anyway. So the tyres that everyone is on will or should take them through to that wet tyre or that intermediate tyre window. Why lose, even though it's a cheap pit stop, why lose 13 seconds? Right? Why even lose 13 seconds when you are going to have to come in and pit again? If you've got a problem with your car, if there's a problem with your front wing, of course, come in, get that fixed. But everybody knows they are going to be having to come in for some wet weather tyres. And that's why they're not pitting. Good night said, oh, it was the floor element on Hammy's car. Not sure it can be replaced. I thought, right. Oh, okay. Well, Hamilton, the grid, all bunched back up behind the safety car. Hamilton, in that Ferrari, this is an advantage for him. Can he attack Piastri from the restart? Hopefully Leclerc can do him a favour, bunch everybody up, and somehow coordinate this restart to benefit both of them. It'd be nice if they could somehow. But Leclerc up P1, Norris P2, Antonelli P3. Who said there wouldn't be any overtakes? Tell me, who said there wouldn't be any overtakes today? Ferrari and softs are not clicking. That is very true, Giuseppe. The Ferraris did not like the soft tyres yesterday at all. Absolutely didn't. Thank you much for your super chat, Giuseppe. Now, by the way, just a quick one. If you do want your super chats read out live on air, you can, all of them are guaranteed to be read out on air. Ask a question, share an opinion, back your team, or just join in with the show. Super chats will be read out, guaranteed. But if you haven't subscribed to the channel, do so, get in the chat, come be part of the community. Zach Brown saying rain in the next 20-30 minutes. Yeah, Hulkenberg retired as well. So retired so far, Hulkenberg, Lawson, Gasly and Hadjar. Piastri's radio says there could be a shower lap 25, 15 laps time. 15 laps time, McLaren are predicting a shower. I mean, Antonelli back with Russell down. Antonelli P3, Russell P4. The Mercedes are going to be fighting each other from this restart again. But as you can see, if you are brand new and you have just joined us, welcome. This is F1 Grandstand. I'm Tony Craig. And let me take you around the screen. Below us, obviously, we've got live track positioning of all the cars. You can see where they are at any given time. We have all the drivers, all what tyres they're on, how many laps they've done, last lap, best lap, the interval between the drivers. Then you've got sectors 1, 2 and 3 broken down into mini sectors. The colours are important. If it's yellow, it means the driver has not improved their times through those mini sectors. If it goes green, it means that's their personal best in that mini sector. If it's purple, it means they've gone fastest of all. Gear, obviously, is self-explanatory what gear that car is in, the RPM, the engine revs, and of course the speed each car is doing. Plus, we have other data as well. We've got whatever's going on with the radio messages. We'll bring that in sporadically. We've got race control messages, so we can keep up to date with what's going on with race control. And of course, we've got this as well. Track limits. As you can see, Lawson, violation, 1 track limit already. Piastri has a 1 track limit violation already. We've got all the data you could possibly want. You're in the right place. Get in the chat. Tell us where you are watching from. We have been playing a little game on the stream as well. We are guessing fastest lap time today to the nearest 3 decimals. Poll yesterday was 127.798. My guess for fastest lap today is 128.838. It might be a bit ambitious considering the best lap so far is a 133.036 from Charles Leclerc. But get your guesses in. Interested to know if anyone can get that absolutely nailed. Yeah, Richard Lawton says, I predicted this chaos. The chaos has been brilliant, though, hasn't it? It's been making it exciting so far, for sure. Yes, Mike McElfresh. 13th for Perez, not too shabby. I would say if Perez finished in 13th in that Cadillac, that would be absolutely fantastic for Cadillac. Cadillac, truly the only real, true, organic team on the grid. Starting from zero. They didn't buy a team. There was no team. They started it from nothing. There was no previous car. There was no previous tech. They started from zero. And do you know how hard that is to do? Yes, they bought a Ferrari engine in, but Cadillac are committed to having their own engine by 2029. Cadillac are doing remarkable, remarkable things. And for Perez to be P13 right now, Viva Cadillac, very good indeed. Very exciting. Very exciting. Cadillac have come to play. Give them 2 or 3 seasons and they're going to be up there or thereabouts. So let's look at the tyre choices right now. Verstappen came in. He took advantage to swap to go on to hard tyres with a cheap pit stop under the safety car conditions. Why? Did he flat spot those other tyres? Was there an issue? Does he think he could go to the end of the Grand Prix on these hards if it doesn't rain? It gives him the option. Imagine if the rain does not come. Everyone else is going to need to pit. Max. Oh, there we go. We've restarted. Leclerc away well. Norris and Antonelli all cleanly away. Anyone move positions? Not yet. We've got an attack. And they've lost my footage. There is an attack from Piastri on George Russell. George Russell defends. Piastri wheel to it. Piastri makes it stick. What a move from Oscar Piastri. Now Hamilton's going on the inside of George Russell. He looks good to make it stick as well. George Russell's dropped 2 places. No, Russell closed the door on Hamilton. It was close. Piastri did get past George Russell at P4. George Russell now P5. Hamilton P6. I thought George Russell was going to lose a spot to Hamilton there as well. Very good racing from both drivers. Clean, wheel to wheel. Verstappen already up to P15 on the hards. Perez up to P12, overtaking Lindblad. This is remarkable from Cadillac to be around the midfield. Absolutely remarkable scenes for Cadillac to be racing in the midfield right now. Perez and Lindblad yo-yoing. Perez mixing it up, having some fun in the Cadillac today. Colapinto still in front of both Williams in the top 10. Wow, Alexander Albon P8, Sainz P9. Incredible scenes for the Williams. That car is awful, overweight. Handles like a bag of spanners. It has been awful all season. But to see both Williams in the top 10, well, would you believe it? Trying to get some points on the board for Williams. And if they do, it'd be a remarkable feat. Yes, Goat. Yeah, basically, Max spun on the first lap, dropped down to P9. Then under safety car, he pitted to change his tyres to the hards. And that's how he's down in P15. He got a cheap pit stop. Max Verstappen is gambling that if it doesn't rain, his hard tyre will take him to the end of the race. Whereas everybody else will need to pit. This could be a genius move for Verstappen if the rain doesn't come. Charles Leclerc has lost the lead to Lando Norris. Good move from McLaren. Good move from Norris. Antonelli all over the gearbox of Leclerc now. We are seeing overtakes. Whoever doubted it, these regulations, to say there might not be as many overtakes, you were wrong. Less yo-yoing, but the overtakes have been strong. George Russell said he's on the wrong strategy. Kimi Antonelli is gaining. The power is evident. The extra power on the Mercedes down the inside. Is he going to make it stick? He does have the inside line. He does make it stick. Antonelli up to second in front of Leclerc. It's Leclerc. Leclerc's going to come back at him. And he does. Down the pit straight, he takes the place back. Leclerc and Antonelli racing each other. This is glorious. Some great overtaking, clean by both drivers. Antonelli and Leclerc really keeping each other honest. Gisette says there's a new series about Cadillac F1 on YouTube, is there? I'll be watching that, Gisette. Thank you for the heads up. CJ says Lewis has damage. Has not got good downforce. I mean, I saw bits fly off his car when he had his collision with Colapinto on the first lap. There was bits flying off his car. So if Hamilton can hold position and score any points with a damaged car, it'd be good. But then Antonelli passes Leclerc again. But then Leclerc switches back. Oh, wow. We're still seeing some overtakes right now with these tweaks and regulations. It's good. It doesn't feel artificial from my seat. Charles Leclerc still trying to find an opening to get past Antonelli. They are racing each other wheel to wheel. And all the while that they're racing each other, Norris in the clean air, stretching out a 1.3 second lead for Lando Norris. This is good news for Lando. He wins the sprint race. He qualifies pole in the sprint race. Then not such a great qualifying performance from McLaren at all. P4 for Norris. Look at him now running in P1 and pulled out a 1.5 second lead. We do have wet weather to come. Anything could happen. Changes to this lineup almost guaranteed before the end of this race. We're only on lap 15, 57 to go. The Foggy Jones says Norris must be loving this. I think he is. Yeah, the Foggy Jones saying, yep, you two fight each other. Absolutely. Norris is loving it. He's got a 1-second lead now over Antonelli. Antonelli and Leclerc, obviously, fighting each other is causing Norris to just tootle off into the distance. Coming up towards, he won't, in soon, oh no, oh, Antonelli pulling back now, 1.5 seconds, 1.2 seconds to Norris. Antonelli seems to have found a little bit of clean air. He's not being as troubled by Leclerc. Leclerc still within a second of Antonelli, and Piastri's only 1.1 second behind Leclerc. Wow, Hamilton within striking distance of Russell, 0.6 seconds. That means overtake mode will be available to him as well. We could see a lot of movement here at the front of this pack. Colapinto still holding P7. 2.1 seconds behind Hamilton. Perez dropped back down now to P15. There's so much action in this Grand Prix, and so much more to come. You don't want to be anywhere else. It's been a very exciting start to the race. Verstappen's up to P10. Verstappen is up to P10, and he's on the hard tyre. Like I said, yellow flag, track hazard. What has happened? No, it's gone, clear. The shortest yellow flag. There must have been some minor problem, but now it's solved. But Max Verstappen made 5 places up in the last few laps, up to P10 on that fresh rubber on the hard tyre. He could theoretically somehow stretch that hard tyre to the end of the Grand Prix. Jeremy said spoke too soon. I know. Stroll, top Aston Martin. Absolutely. Oh, no, he's not anymore. Yeah, spoke too soon, Jeremy said. Yeah, Alonso back to the top. McLaren, Merc, Ferrari. I mean, I love it. I love it. But how nice is it to see McLaren, Mercedes, Ferrari? You know, 3 different manufacturers. 1, 2, 3. I love to see it. I do. It's good for the sport. It's good for the racing. And we're only on lap 17. Verstappen trying to put the move on Albon. Oh, Albon nearly took the front wing off that Red Bull. Of course, Albon has every right to defend his position. Verstappen's taken that position now, though. The Red Bull, ultimately a far superior machine than the Williams right now. Verstappen has took another place up to P9. Back to where he was, actually, when he came in for his pit stop. Race control, Albon incident. Yellow flag infringement noted. Albon could be getting punished. Next on Verstappen's hit list is Carlos Sainz. Now we have Leclerc putting a move on Piastri. Can he make it stick? Yes, he can. Yes, he can. George Russell still just in the mix there. Not too far off the gearbox of Piastri. Russell, 8/10 behind Piastri, so still within overtake mode. Hamilton lost a little bit of ground to George Russell now. 1 second behind Russell. Colapinto holding firm in P7. He'll be happy with that. 2.8 seconds adrift of those top 6. Leclerc, though, really losing ground to Antonelli. Norris, 2.4 seconds out in front over Antonelli. Antonelli, 3.1 seconds in front of Leclerc. That's what the thing is, that clean air of Norris. What an advantage. We are not done for yellow flag incidents today, though. I would bet my bottom dollar we see another safety car before the end of this race. Anything could happen. So next on Max Verstappen's hit list, Verstappen's got past Carlos Sainz. So Colapinto next for Verstappen. 2.6 seconds he's got to catch Colapinto. 3.6 seconds behind Hamilton. Can Hamilton do it? Ooh. Oscar Piastri. Another move on Leclerc. And then Leclerc. Wow. There's some good racing going on here, guys. Some good racing here in this Miami Grand Prix. Looks like Leclerc's tyres are going off. He's on the medium. He's only on 20 laps. That medium window. The tyres have given up on Leclerc's Ferrari. The rain hasn't come. What does he do? What tyres does he choose? I mean, he's done 19 laps on the medium tyre and he hasn't been kind to them, that's for sure. Everyone expecting the rain to have come. It hasn't. That means he's got a choice to make. Does he come in and get some fresh rubber? Does he come in and get the hards maybe to try and gamble on going to the end of the race if the rain doesn't come? I mean, Verstappen past Sainz up to P8 and now he's only 1.6 seconds. He's hunting down Colapinto. 1.6 seconds behind. Is the rain actually going to come? It looks grey. It looks like it could happen at any moment. McLaren predict it on lap 25. Tricky tyre choice now. You're in the windows. What do you do? Yeah, Alan says Verstappen will be passing Hamilton soon. I mean, Verstappen is on a serious charge. P15 up to P8 in a matter of 5 laps. Charles Leclerc, the rear end looks all over the place. Yeah, it looks like he has cooked those tyres. I mean, the track temperature now, 38.7 degrees. Track temperature yesterday was over 50 degrees. Europlast, what does a tyre column mean? It just tells you what tyre compound they're on, whether on the hards, the mediums, or the softs. Yellows are mediums, little M in them. The white tyre is the hard. The red tyre with the S in means it's a soft. Obviously, if it rains, we can go to the intermediate tyre. And what we do is we tell you, we give you all the data on what tyres each car is currently running. Sulu says expect some pit stops, 3 to 5 laps for Inters, perhaps. I mean, Inters would be a gamble, though, wouldn't it? There's not enough. The track isn't damp. I mean, the operating window of Inters is pretty good, right? But I don't know. Verstappen chose the hard tyre. You could go on the Inters, and you're going to be a lot slower than the guys on the slicks. It's big decisions, but then if the rain comes, you're in. I don't know. This is going to take a gamble. But one thing I do know for sure is Leclerc's tyres are going off. They are sliding. The rear of that car is sliding around, and he has dropped to 7.3 seconds behind Antonelli now. But Piastri is 8 seconds behind Leclerc. Hamilton, upper place, got past George Russell. Because George is in the pits. What tyre choice has George Russell made? We are well in the pit windows now. So Antonelli. Verstappen up to P6. George Russell's gone on the hards, just like Max. He's gone on the hard tyre. Because, in theory, you could make the hard tyre last to the end of the Grand Prix if you needed to. I think it's sensible. I think if you've got to change tyre, get on the hards. If the rain comes, everybody needs to change tyre. And if the rain doesn't come, the hards should take you through to the end. With, well, possibly. If you think about Kimi Antonelli did, what, 47 laps on the hards in Vegas last season. It's amazing just how many laps you can get out of the hard tyre compound. Prodigy says Lewis better watch out. Yeah, Hamilton's on the charge now. Lewis up to P5. Hamilton yet to pit. Leclerc coming in. Leclerc's in the pits. Expect him to go on the hard tyre. Yeah, Leclerc's coming to get some hards. Not a good stop for Leclerc. 3.7 second pit stop. We want to be in the 2.2 second window, really. 3.7 seconds is a terrible Ferrari pit stop, and there's no excuse for it. Leclerc out behind Russell. Russell has gained track position on Leclerc because of that awful pit stop from Ferrari. Wow. So Leclerc's lost track position to Russell. Maybe very light rain. Coming, turn 7 and 8. McLaren said 3 laps time, expect rain. Are they correct? Not long till we find out. Yeah, the Foggy Jones. So it's Sky F1 weather forecast. Rain's coming any second now. There's no any time now. Thing is, I'm taking my data from McLaren. So McLaren said, according to their very, very sophisticated weather prediction models, they expect it lap 25. Let's see how accurate they are. Leclerc not happy that he had to stop. We're 13 seconds ahead. Just some of the radio messages there. Track limits. Stroll's had 2 track limit violations. Perez, Antonelli, Lawson, and Piastri all had 1. No problems there. Everyone driving quite clean. Lap 23. So Verstappen P5 on the hards. Hamilton P4, Piastri P3, Antonelli P2. Leclerc, Russell up, but just overtook Behrman. Up to P9, Leclerc P11. Leclerc does have to get past Behrman. So McLaren again, possible rain in the next couple of laps, affecting turn 7 and turn 8. Alan Finn, Hamilton's officially a number 2 driver these days. He never passes anyone ever. I say that as a Hamilton fan, but it's the honest truth. Oh, well, I think today the collision with Colapinto on lap 1 has caused some damage to Hamilton's car. I think really he might just be trying to fight the car to maintain. It was unfortunate, that collision lap 1 with Colapinto. Manchier said, my girlfriend gave me a track limits warning last night. Manchier. Stop it. Oh, God. Sula said it was the Ferrari front, right? Who messed it up. That's right. Yeah, the Ferrari pit stop was 3.6 seconds. Ferrari front, whoever's on the front right wheel. Terrible. Big mistake. I mean, Max Verstappen, again, to come back from P15 after his pit stop under the safety car to now be running P5 and hunting down Hamilton, 1.8 seconds between him and Hamilton. Hamilton's 4.5 seconds now behind Piastri. Piastri's 8.5 seconds behind Antonelli. But no one's talking about the front. Antonelli is 2.2 seconds behind Norris. Russell makes easy work, light work of getting past Alexander Albon. But can Antonelli hunt down Norris? 2.2 seconds behind him. Only takes a safety car and everyone's bunched back up again. Still plenty of action to come during this Miami Grand Prix. Rain forming now. McLaren got it right. Lap 25. The rain is falling. That expensive weather prediction technology that McLaren have. Absolutely correct. But apparently it's only hovering around turns 7 and 8. So we will expect some wet patches on the track. That could mean incidents and accidents if you're not careful. Nobody's on the intermediates yet. Droptune says Ferrari 100 need new strategic staff. Well, they've got one incoming, haven't they? Haven't they got, what's the name from Red Bull coming into Ferrari? Head of strategy. What was the name? It's gone out of my head. You know, keep me honest, chat. The lady from Red Bull who's going to go to Ferrari's head of strategy. Cannot remember. Gisette says, fingers crossed. Hannah Schmidt. Thank you, Gisette. Thank you. Hannah. I think she's going to go, Gisette. Hannah Schmidt. Thank you, Gisette. She's bloody good as well. She's really good. So, yes, maybe that'll help Ferrari's trackside operations. Thank you very much, Gisette, for your super chat and to remind me Hannah Schmidt's name. Lap 26. The rain is not horrendous at the moment. Yes, Europlast. Leclerc P1 to P9 because he's had a pit stop. Norris hasn't pitted. Antonelli hasn't pitted. Hamilton, Piastri, Colapinto, Sainz, and that's it. Have not pitted. So really, you're probably looking at Verstappen, Leclerc, and Russell, who have pitted. If Verstappen can make those hard lasts at the end of the race, he's actually leading the Grand Prix. Because everyone around him hasn't pitted yet. Norris hasn't pitted. Has Antonelli pitted? No. Piastri? No. Hamilton? No. Colapinto? No. Sainz? No. The next person to pit is Russell. So really, all the people that have pitted, Verstappen has track position. Verstappen is putting a move on Hamilton now, though. Hamilton and Verstappen battling it out for P4. Verstappen on the more on the younger rubber. So we think this light rain will last maybe 5 laps. How will that affect things? But Verstappen's closed down Hamilton in quite short amount of time. 4/10 behind Hamilton. Definitely within striking distance. He's jumped down the inside. He's made it stick. Verstappen has passed Hamilton. Verstappen now up to P4. And he's the only driver out of the top. Antonelli in the pits. That puts Verstappen now up to P3. Wow. Interesting, this. Interesting strategy. Interesting choices. So, Verstappen track position on everybody as soon as the McLarens come into pit, which has to be in the next lap or two. Has to be. Unbelievable scenes, actually. Verstappen might have played an absolute blinder here. Yeah, I know. So, yeah, Red Bull might have to pit. They probably should pit to the end, but I don't know. I don't know how good that Red Bull is on the tyres. I honestly don't know. But Norris is coming into pit now. Piastri will be pitting, and then Verstappen will have track position on everybody. What? If it rains, and everyone needs to come in for inters, that means Verstappen, like everybody else, will come in for intermediates at the same time, but Verstappen will have track position on everybody. This could still work out to be one of the most genius Red Bull pit strategies we've seen. Depends on the weather. Maybe we get a safety car. I don't know, but Verstappen, well and truly in the mix in this race. Cal says Max will get a safety car. Yeah, probably. Hamilton's pitted. 3.8 second pit for Hamilton as well. Not a good pit stop for Hamilton. So Antonelli leapfrogging Norris from a great pit stop from McLaren. They're so well rehearsed and drilled, the McLaren guys. Probably because of the nightmares they had last year with the, let's not talk about Monza. Tyre gunning, the tyre gun incident on Lando Norris's car, and then Piastri forced to yield his position, track position. Yeah, maybe McLaren decided to drill their pit stops a lot, because their pit stops right now look very, very strong. So, like I see lots of you watching right now. Brilliant. You are so welcome here, F1 Grandstand. Make sure you join our grid, join our community. Smash a like on the stream if you are enjoying it. Just hit that big thumbs up. It makes a big difference to the success of the stream. And also, get in the chat. As soon as you subscribe to the channel, which I'd love you to do and become part of the community, you can get in the chat. Tell us where you're watching from. Have your say on the action that's happening right now. And don't forget, live news shows daily, 7:30 GMT, plus breaking news. It really is a great place to hang out if you're a Formula One fan, and we'd love to have you as part of the community. But back to the race. Verstappen, track position on everybody. Antonelli, P2, 7/10 behind him. Then we have got Norris, Colapinto, Russell, Leclerc, Piastri, Hamilton, Ocon, Bortoletto, Sainz, Albon, Behrman, Limber. Antonelli has taken that position from Max Verstappen, wheel to wheel. No problem for him. Norris attacking Verstappen as well. Verstappen manages to close the door on Norris, but Antonelli does get through cleanly. So good move from Antonelli. Wow, look at the speed of that Mercedes. So much quicker on fresh rubber as well. Max Verstappen's hard tyres are 20 laps old now. He's got Norris breathing down his neck as well. Verstappen's got every right to defend his position, but Norris definitely looks like he has a ton more speed. And he's coming in to make a move on Verstappen now. Oh, he's made light work of it. He's passed Verstappen. Verstappen down to P3. And, oh no! Verstappen! Switch back. Norris wheel to wheel again. Verstappen push wide. Norris takes that position again. Wow. Back and forth there from Verstappen and Norris. Norris making it stick now. Some good driving. Good drive by both drivers. Zero contact. Both left enough room. Gisette says, but Max has an FIA stewards investigation after. Let me just quickly see the race control message. Oh, yeah. Incidents involving car 14. Alonso investigated after the race. Bottas investigated the race. Ocon after the race. Verstappen's got one noted. No further investigation for Verstappen and Alonso. Drive-through penalty for Bottas for speeding in the pit lane. That's what we've got at the moment. Leclerc all over the gearbox of Russell. Can Leclerc find a way past Russell? Yeah, Droptune says Verstappen needs rain now. I think he'd take rain whenever he could. Give him the rain. At this midpoint almost. 30, lap 30 of 57. Colapinto in fourth, Prodigy. Yeah, Colapinto's having a good run. He hasn't pitted yet, though. Colapinto has not pitted for fresh rubber yet. He's done 30 laps on the medium tyre. Colapinto might be trying to stay out as long as possible in case the rain comes. Leclerc past Russell. Russell about to attack him. But he blast past Russell there. Good move from Leclerc. Has Russell got a response? Yeah, he looks like he has. He's on the gearbox. He's trying to find an opportunity. Leclerc defends well. There's no room to overtake there. Good driving from Leclerc. Makes that Ferrari extremely wide. Alan says, this is the most impressive I've seen Norris. He seems very calm today, playing the long game. I think Norris has driven very well today. Actually, I agree. Antonelli, though, looking good. He's had his pit stop. He's in P1. He's got 1.5. I think Antonelli had a bit of a shaky first 15 laps, okay? And I think now Antonelli might just seem to settle in. Now he's got out in the front in the clean air. 1.4 seconds ahead of Norris. Let's see if Norris can catch him. But yes, impressive driving from Norris today, really. In that, because look at Piastri down in P7. Norris actually, first race of the season out of the 4 where we've seen Norris being the dominant driver at McLaren. Piastri honestly looked head and shoulders above Norris in the first 3 races. But Norris has really found a higher gear here in Miami. Yeah, the Foggy Jones says Max needs intermediate conditions now, otherwise he's only going backwards. I think that's the gamble, right? He went on the hard tyres, he cooked those tyres because everyone believed that rain is coming. We did have a splash of rain lap 25, but we need a downpour to change things in the next 27 laps. Is the rain going to come in a heavy way? Can anyone check the weather forecast and see? Are we expecting a downpour in Miami in the next 20 minutes? That would mean all drivers need to come in for intermediates. I mean, Leclerc dropping down to P4 from being at the front, and he's 8 seconds behind Verstappen. He is keeping Russell behind him, though, so good driving from Leclerc there. Nice overtake on Russell. He's pulled out a 1.3 second gap to Russell. 8 seconds behind Verstappen, though. Can he hunt down Verstappen and find 8 seconds? Verstappen is slowing. Those tyres are not doing him any favours now. Leclerc on the fresh rubber, you'd expect him to be able to catch. Says Zach Brown. Oh, Zach Brown says the rain is starting to diminish, which means they could have avoided the need for intermediate tyres during this race. Wow. Okay. So this could be a straight race to the finish between Antonelli and Norris. Norris 1 second behind. He's on the gearbox of Antonelli. Jeremy is emphatic. No rain, Gisette says. Wow, no rain coming. This is this means it's a straight fight to the finish, ladies and gentlemen. If there's no rain, your order is Antonelli, Norris. Verstappen is going to need to stop. I mean, I'll be surprised if Verstappen can stretch out these hards for another 25 laps. He seems to have cooked them. Leclerc definitely can go to the end. Russell can go to the end. Piastri can go to the end. Hamilton can go to the end. Colapinto down in P8 on the hards now after taking his pit stop. He can go to the end. Pretty much everyone can go to the end, apart from Stroll. Piastri all over the gearbox of Russell now. Can we see Piastri put a move on Russell? Antonelli in the clean air. Russell fighting off Piastri down for P5. Piastri's on his gearbox. George Russell's not going to be happy with the way today's turning out for him. He'll be praying for a safety car. And Toto Wolff on the screen right now will not be happy if Russell loses this position to Piastri, whilst Antonelli's out in front, holding Norris behind him with a steady 1.4 second gap. I don't think it's going to rain. Gisette says Kimi concerned about his gearbox. No. Is that on the team radio? Quick look. No, it's too much for the taker, man. Just have a look at some of the radio transcripts. Think about entry 8. Hamilton's getting told. Can't see anything about Kimi's gearbox in the chat at the moment. It's whizzing through. Piastri passes George Russell. See, this is bad news for Russell. Great news for Antonelli. Good news for McLaren. That's 2 McLarens in the top 5. Antonelli P1, Russell down in P6. Russell, what is going through his head during this race right now? I mean, what is going on in George Russell's mind as this happens? Toto Wolff will not like George Russell giving up a spot to McLaren. That is Toto's bugbear. Getting beaten by a customer team is not what Toto wants. But George Russell has put a move back on Piastri. Has he gone too wide? No, he's made it stick. Good move by George Russell. Keeping Piastri behind him. Keeps him behind him through turn 13. Coming into turn 11 is a great place to overtake. George Russell knows that. He made it stick. McLaren, this battle between Russell and Piastri is going to go on and on. I think Piastri just 5/10 behind him. He's going to put another move on him now. He's making a move on Russell right now. He's made the move. He's passed Russell again, coming into turn 17. Does George Russell have a response? And whilst they're fighting each other, Leclerc just pulling out a bigger gap. 4.6 seconds now from Leclerc to Piastri. Verstappen, 6.3 seconds now between Verstappen and Leclerc. Is Verstappen losing some of his pace? I think he might be. And yes, loads of you watching right now. So good you are. I'm so grateful you are. This is the right place to be watching any of your Formula One watch-alongs. Do subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Do smash a like on the stream if you're enjoying it and become part of our community. God, you wouldn't want to miss this one, would you, as an F1 fan? There's no way you'd want to be missing the Miami Grand Prix. It's been so exciting. And I have to say, credit to the FIA, these new rule tweaks, for me as a spectator, seem to be working very well. It feels like real racing, which was the big complaint, right? The overtakes seem real. I'm interested. I can't wait to hear from the drivers after the Grand Prix how they felt these new rule tweaks have, whether they prefer them, it's benefited the sport, are there further tweaks to come? It's definitely a step in the right direction, though. I think most people would agree with that. Definitely a step in the right direction. Oh, Gisette said heard it on the radio. Alan says this race shows exactly why Toto wants to replace Russell with Verstappen. Yeah, I think you can argue that if your teammate's up in P1 and you're, racing for P6, but you're paying George Russell sort of 25 to 30 mil a year, I think Russell has to find a new gear. This year is his best chance ever of winning a title. But Antonelli has just said, do you know what? I fancy it this year. And every race that goes on, Antonelli, it's like Neo in The Matrix. He's starting to believe. Everyone knew he was good, but now Antonelli is starting to believe. And I'm starting to believe that Antonelli can do it as well. Dr. Liav says Max should pit with 17 to go. What the softs on. Yeah. Piastri. Can he hunt down Leclerc? So Russell P6, Piastri P5. The gap between Leclerc and Piastri is 4.7 seconds. Can Piastri close that gap? But Antonelli to Norris. Norris quietly catching Antonelli. Just 7/10. He is within the overtake range. He is within 1 second of Lando Norris. Extra power available for... within of Kimi Antonelli. Extra power is available for Lando. Are we going to see a move from Lando in the next couple of laps? Antonelli's got a lot of work to do if he wants to win this Grand Prix. Lando Norris driving very nicely. Gisette says, Kimi Bono. Bono is his guide and Kimi believes. Exactly. Pete Bonington's like Morpheus. Kimi Antonelli is Neo. Absolutely, Gisette. I believe it though. I mean, I do think Kimi Antonelli's starting to believe he can win this world title. And why the hell not? Back to back to back poles. If he wins this, it's back to back to back Grand Prix wins. That does not happen very often. I don't think there's more than maybe 2 or 3 drivers in history that have done it. From your first race win, by the way. Like where you win your first race and then back to back wins. I think the record's only like three back to back wins, back to back. There might, I don't know if it's more than that after your first race win. So currently Antonelli still 0.7 seconds ahead of Norris. Verstappen though 11.7 seconds behind Norris. Leclerc 5.7 seconds behind Verstappen. Verstappen just now in clean air on his own. Same with Leclerc, running round with a big gap in front of him and behind him, just running around in clean air. The question is, does Verstappen pit? Does Verstappen gun for a podium, a P3? Leclerc's only a couple of tenths a lap quicker. Those hards might not be the best tyres, but can Verstappen make them last another 20 laps? Well, less. 18 laps. If he can make those hards last 18 laps, Verstappen might choose just to stay out. So Fernando Alonso has done 38 laps on the medium tyre. 38. So if Alonso can do 38 laps on the medium tyre, maybe Max can just... the hard tyres do last. I mean, Max Verstappen might choose just to stay out on them to the end. 17 laps left. Droptune says tyres are going off. Alan says... I'm not sure he would demand anything. I think Max has so much self-confidence, he'd back himself against anyone. Williams holding 9th and 10th will be good for them, all things considered. Yes, Alan. If Williams managed to get 2 Williams in the points today, I think they would snap your hand off for that result. The Williams doesn't look good enough to score points. For the Williams to finish out in front of the Haas, I would feel that they would feel that that's a big step forward since where they were running in Japan. I agree. 2 Williams in the points would be remarkable. Bad news for Haas, though. You got to ask, why is, Ocon is 9 seconds behind Behrman at the moment. Not good enough, is it? You can't be running 9 seconds behind your teammate in the same car. Dr. Liavs, 4 different teams have cars in the top 4. I know, I love that. We've got a McLaren, a Ferrari, a Red Bull, and a Mercedes in your top 4. That is so good for the sport. I don't think the rain's coming either, Gisette. I think Jeremy's got it bang on. Closest battle is for 10th at the moment. Behrman within a second of Albon. I mean, Behrman, you know, he's going to want that point if he can get it, for sure. Menace the Goat says, somebody do a rain dance. I mean, Hamilton's just going around on his own at the moment. P7, 5.5 seconds behind Russell, but 11 seconds ahead of Colapinto. I think Hamilton, if he's got a damaged car, the most he can hope for is just bring that Ferrari home in the points. He qualified P6, finishing P7. It's not ideal. It's not great. It's not the weekend he would have wanted. But the pro in him, bringing the car home in the points, even if it's damaged, absolutely. So at the moment, everything looks pretty calm. There are intervals between first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. The real battle really is at the front. Is Norris going to be able to catch Antonelli? He's 1.1 seconds behind him. If Antonelli just settles into his rhythm right now, Antonelli, if he doesn't put a foot wrong and there's no rain, Antonelli could be the first ever pole sitter to win in Miami. The first ever driver for Mercedes to win in Miami as well. Mercedes never won here. So Leclerc is closing in on Verstappen. 3.6 seconds now. He's reduced the gap by a couple of seconds. So Leclerc looks like he could be on for challenging Verstappen within the next... He's a second quicker than Verstappen on the last lap. So Leclerc could catch Verstappen in the next 4 or 5 laps. I mean, Verstappen lost a second a lap to Leclerc last lap. Piastri, 3.7 seconds behind Leclerc. Do expect more action. There's still 14 laps left. Russell saying his tyres are off. He's four-wheel sliding everywhere. George Russell burnt up his tyres by the looks of it. Can he manage to get 14 more laps out of the hards? Quick check on Alonso and Stroll. 2 violations, track limits. Norris, Perez, Antonelli, Lawson and Piastri all with 1 violation each. Antonelli pulled out a 1.6 second gap now to Norris. Does that mean Antonelli is just settling into his rhythm? Can he just bring it home? Antonelli absolutely can bring it home on the hard tyre to the end of the race. It would take torrential rain now to change things, I think. Kiori says, I'm downtown right now on a boat. The stadium's about 15 minutes away. Oh, awesome. You're watching this race on a boat. Lovely. Enjoying it, I hope. Oh, Kiori says it's just started to come down pretty hard. Really? The rain is coming. Is that what you're telling me, Kiori? It's raining. It's going to take rain to change this race. If Kaori is correct, that means we could see the rain making an impact. I mean, there's still plenty of racing to go. You know, when you're looking at 13 laps. So what's that in minutes? 30, you know, just under 20 minutes left, probably, of the race. The rain's going to change things if it comes. Rain could mean safety car, right? Somebody spins off. There's a lot still that could happen with this Miami Grand Prix. You do not want to go anywhere. Right now, Antonelli P1, Norris P2, Verstappen P3, Leclerc hunting down Verstappen. He's got that gap down to 1.8 seconds now. Then we have Piastri, 4 seconds behind Leclerc. Then Russell, Hamilton, Colapinto, great drive from him, keeping that Alpine in the points. Then you got both the Williams in the points. Sainz 9th, Albon 10th. Charles Leclerc can see Verstappen now. Oh, he's gaining some good ground on him. He has closed the gap significantly. Verstappen using all the racetrack. Leclerc under 1 second now behind Verstappen. 0.9 seconds. Extra power available for Leclerc for the overtake mode. Yeah, Leclerc and Verstappen are going to be fighting it out very, very soon. 2 laps time, I think Leclerc is going to be putting the move on Verstappen. Verstappen went a little wide there. Went a little wide there. If Kaori's right, where's the rain? When are we going to expect? It's got to be nearly here, right? Monisha Kamaka, Max, come on. Yes, Europlast. Franco's pissing me off. Chaos incoming. Franco's doing all right. Colapinto's done okay. Is that an all right driver? Track limits for Norris, so let's just quickly check that. No, Norris, track limits. He's only got 1 infringement according to the stewards. So if you are watching right now, let us know where you are watching from. And if you are enjoying this Grand Prix as much as I am, please just smash a big thumbs up on the video. Verstappen now just 0.5 seconds ahead of Leclerc. Yes, don't forget we have live news daily, 7:30 GMT. That's another benefit of being part of the F1 Grandstand community. It is your one-stop shop for all Formula 1 news-related topics and watch-alongs. Gisette says, I'd love it if it come down hard at the end. It could be carnage. I've just got a feeling in my water. It's going to be carnage. Don't forget, after this stream, pretty much 10 minutes after, we'll be going straight into a brand new show, which is the Race Reaction Show. Please do all join me for that. What we'll do after the stream, you'll see a redirect to take you through to the next show. Relax yourself, make yourself a cup of tea, grab a beer, glass of wine, and then we'll be doing our race reaction together as well. So lots more content to come today, even after the Grand Prix. Manisha says, please beat Norris, Max. Max is 18 seconds behind Norris. That's a tall order. It would take a safety car for that to happen. Leclerc all over the gearbox of Verstappen. I think Leclerc's about to make his move. But Verstappen knows how to make that Red Bull wide. Leclerc's put the move on. He's making it stick. Oh, he's made light work of that move on Verstappen. That Ferrari really looks like it's got a little bit more grip, a little bit more poise. Verstappen's tyres are over 20 laps older than Leclerc, but Verstappen does come back round the outside. He makes it stick. What a move! What a move from Verstappen. That was brilliant. Super aggressive. Charles Leclerc was not expecting that. Verstappen using his overtake mode perfectly there. Superb drive round the outside, but here's Leclerc coming at him again. Coming at him again, but Max isn't giving it up without a fight. Wow. Great racing from Leclerc and Verstappen. Beautiful racing, wheel to wheel. So, just, yes, update. Verstappen's tyres are 40 laps old. 40 laps old. Yes, Gisette, I couldn't agree more. How many overtakes is this? Fabulous. I think the racing's been really, really cool. Really, really cool, Gisette. We've had good overtakes. They felt like it's felt a lot more real and authentic. 11 laps to go. Quick check on the team radios. Kimi Antonelli saying, is there something going on with this tyre? What does he mean? Is he asking about the tyre performance of his tyre? Charles Leclerc, sorry, let me secure this area bit because they are very fast. He's first. No window for the safety car. Behrman made a mistake. People wondering if there's going to be a safety car situation on the team radio messages. Wow. Piastri all over the gearbox of Verstappen. Piastri's going to put him. I mean, Piastri's got fresher rubber than Verstappen. I'm expecting Piastri to get past Verstappen in the next lap. Here it is. There's the move. Yeah, Piastri's looking like he's making that stick wheel to wheel with Verstappen. Verstappen not making it easy, but Piastri does take the position. Good driving by both drivers. Max left enough room for Piastri to put a safe but exciting move. No contact. Coming into turn one, can Verstappen put a move on Piastri? No. I think Verstappen's tyres are well and truly cooked here. So Leclerc back up to a podium position. The question is, can Piastri, who is 2 seconds behind Leclerc, catch him now he is past Verstappen? Are we going to get a race for third? Are we going to get a race for a podium? Kimi Antonelli, though, out in the clean air, doing a good job. 1.8 seconds now ahead of Norris. This is Kimi Antonelli's race to lose. He could be the first ever driver to win in Miami from pole. Whilst George Russell not having a good time of it. All the way back down to P6. Can George Russell catch Verstappen and pass him in the next 8 laps? Prodigy says, we believe in Leclerc. Listen, I think Leclerc, unless I think a podium's a good result for Ferrari today. It's not exactly what they would have wanted. But I think Leclerc will take a podium at this point. The only thing that could change things is torrential rain, which we do not have at the moment. I don't think we're going to get any rain in the next 7 laps. Hey, Brian, what's happening, buddy? You're late to the party today, bud. Better late than never, though. True. Glad to have you with us, Brian. Yeah, looking good for Antonelli. Holding that gap between him and Norris. Norris not making any ground on Antonelli. It's now 2 seconds between Antonelli and Norris now. 21 seconds between Norris and Leclerc. Yeah, Leclerc sitting in P3. His worry now is Piastri closing the gap on him. And the question is, can Russell do some damage limitation here and catch Verstappen and try and get himself a couple more points? Because Antonelli is going to be scampering off into the distance at the moment. If Antonelli wins and takes full 25 points, Russell wants to claw back as many as he can. Good point, Gemma. Let's get some likes on this stream. It makes a big difference. If you're watching right now and enjoying the stream, do smash a like on it. This race has been a good one, right? Definitely worth a big thumbs up on the stream. And if you haven't subscribed yet, do so. Get involved. Have a look around the channel page and see all the content that we produce. Become part of the community. You'd be very, very welcome. And get in the chat. Say hello. Tell us where you're watching from. We like to keep it super interactive. You can ask questions. We ask questions. We discuss news daily. Live news shows every day, 7:30 GMT. Yes, Alan, love them thumbs up. George Russell is gaining ground on Verstappen. 3.8 seconds now, the gap. 3.8 seconds. Can Russell catch Verstappen? I think he can, you know. It's going to be close. It's going to be close. Is Norris going to mount a charge now to Antonelli, or has he just not got the pace? Antonelli looking comfortable. 2 seconds ahead of Norris. Leclerc, obviously 22 seconds behind Norris. Piastri, 2 seconds behind Leclerc. That's the fight we need to look at. Piastri, can he gain that ground on Leclerc to give us a fight for that podium position, P3? Can Russell catch Verstappen? Can he do some damage limitation? There's a chance of some rain, apparently, in the next lap. If the rain were to fall in the last 5 laps, we could see it causing a little bit of carnage. But can we see that? Can we really see the rain falling? Okay, driver of the day predictions. Verstappen looking like he's got the Sky vote. We like to do driver of the weekend. We don't like to put it just down to the race. Who's performed well over the entire weekend? Who's your driver of the weekend? Get in the chat and tell me. Okay, it looks like we've avoided the worst of the rain. There's 5 laps to go. The race has avoided it. Just a few drops to come, but nothing to worry about. Antonelli, can he hold his lead? 1.8 seconds to Norris. Looking good. Can Antonelli be the first ever Mercedes driver to win in Miami? The first ever driver to win from pole. Good race all round. I mean, Antonelli had an interesting start to the race. He was fighting, he was battling. Leclerc took P1 from the start. Great start from Ferrari yet again. Great battles. Verstappen with his spin. Just so much action at the start of the race. Don't forget, after this stream, we will be going in to our race reaction show. You'll have time to make yourself a cup of tea or coffee. Give yourself 10 or 15 minutes. We'll be probably around 8 o'clock. That show will start. That stream will start. The end of this stream will take you through to it. You can just click the little notification. You get notified as soon as we start. But 8 o'clock. We'll be going live at 8 o'clock with the race reaction. Heyman says, Stroll, driver of the weekend. Hey, listen. 2 Aston Martins finishing the race is a big step forward for Aston. I don't know if it's worth driver of the weekend, but to finish two Aston Martins to finish the race with maybe solving that vibration issue, it's a pretty good move. Pretty good. But he's not getting driver of the weekend, I'll tell you that. Yes, John. If Antonelli wins, it'll be first 3 wins from 3 pole positions. Absolutely. Back to back to back wins, baby. Back to back to back poles. And if he does it again next time, that's a lot of backs. That'll be 4 backs in my sentence. Back to back to back to back. Sets up a good Canada, doesn't it? Good Canadian Grand Prix. A driver of the weekend for Antonelli. Listen, Antonelli's been brilliant. And I just can't wait to see if George Russell will be celebrating with Antonelli at the end of this. Let's see what George Russell has to say. Because P6, when your rookie teammate, I keep calling him a rookie, he's not officially a rookie, but your young buck teammate winning 3 out of 3 poles, Russell's got to account for himself. Can't keep blaming the car. Can't keep blaming bad luck. Can't keep blaming safety cars. Even though I do believe you had a little bit of bad luck, but you got that excuse doesn't last forever. You make your own luck in Formula 1. Kimi Antonelli is just starting to believe. Yeah, Eamon, you're right. Kimi is doing a good job. I have to say, Kimi, for me... Oh, George Russell trying to put a move on Verstappen. He's got 3 laps to do it. I think he will as well. Verstappen's tyres are horrible. Absolutely horrible. Loosey-goosey. His hards have gone off. Russell's putting the move on. Verstappen does try and close the door. He does close the door. Good driving from Verstappen because Russell is actually a lot quicker. Oh, Russell's got an issue. Right front. Something scraping on the floor. Is it his right front wing? The sparks flying up from Russell's front. Yes, he's got a damaged front wing. Verstappen said, I think he hit my tyre. We could see a puncture here from Verstappen. Can he make it round next 3 laps? So what happens is Russell's damaged the structural integrity of his front wing on the right, and when he hits any sort of downforce, you see it flip, like it bends and it's touching the floor. So Russell has a problem. That might mean it's a problem for Russell to get past Verstappen for the end of the race. Russell has passed Verstappen. P5 for Russell. 2 laps to go. Antonelli looks so good here, you know. Oh no, Verstappen! Put the move. Why aren't we watching this? Verstappen's now got past Russell. They're showing us Leclerc Piastri fight where Verstappen and Russell are duking it out. Russell past Verstappen, then Verstappen past Russell, fighting out for P5, but we're watching this battle on the television of Piastri and Leclerc. But we're missing the overtakes. Norris now 3 seconds behind Antonelli. All you got to do, Kimi, is bring it home, baby, for back-to-back-to-back wins. Norris putting the move. No, Piastri, sorry, putting the move on Leclerc. Can he make it stick? Leclerc defending brilliantly. He is making that Ferrari incredibly wide. Leclerc driving like the pro that he is. Piastri, like a dog with a bone, though. He smells blood. He sees an opportunity. Can he make it stick? Can he put a move on Leclerc in the last lap of the race? Verstappen and Russell. Verstappen managed to hold off Russell. Verstappen have 2 fights on track happening right now. There it is. Piastri has taken P3 off Leclerc. Final lap of the race. What can Leclerc do? Does he have a response? Oh, Piastri's pulling out 6/10 on Leclerc. Leclerc's going to have to settle for P4 at this rate. I think it looks like we're going to have 2 McLarens on the podium. Who predict? No! No! Yellow flag! Leclerc! Leclerc's... Whoa, what happened? How did Leclerc recover? Wow. Leclerc's got a real problem. I don't know what happened. You saw him spin out, recover. I don't know what happened. I thought he was surely in the barrier, and he's held on to 4th place. Leclerc lost it, spun out. I don't know how he recovered that car. There is a problem with it, though. On the last lap, Russell P5 passed Verstappen. What the hell happened on the last lap of this race? Kimi Antonelli wins. That's back-to-back-to-back wins from Antonelli. Back-to-back-to-back poles. Norris, a very solid P2 in the Grand Prix. Piastri, a great drive to put the other McLaren on the podium. P3, passing Leclerc on the final lap of the race. Where is Leclerc? Russell is catching Leclerc. It's 0.2 seconds at Leclerc with a problem. Is Leclerc going to be able to hold on to P4? Russell has passed Leclerc. On the last corner, Verstappen trying to pass Leclerc. Leclerc's car is severely damaged. He is in horrible shape. George Russell gets P4, Verstappen P5, Leclerc P6. Oh, Leclerc loses 3 places on the last lap after a spin which damaged the car. Ferrari of Hamilton finishes P7. Incredibly exciting last lap, but I do not know the full incident of what happened to Leclerc. Wow. We just saw him spin. We don't know what contact happened. We don't know if he touched the wall. We just suddenly saw him next shot back out on track with a problem with the car. It was lucky to bring it home at all. Wow. Kimi Antonelli, though, this belongs to you. P1 for Kimi, Norris P2, Piastri P3, Russell P4, Verstappen, a very respectable P5 in that Red Bull. Leclerc P6 in the Ferrari. He'll be very disappointed. Well, here's the incident. Lost his wing. He hit the wall. He had a massive spin. And he touches the wall pretty hard. Damages the car. And then has to bring it home for 3/4 of the last lap with a damaged car. Wow. He just overcooked it. I mean, I'm watching the incident again. There was a slight touch between Russell and Leclerc on the last corner. Then Verstappen, there's a massive problem with Leclerc's car. He lost so much power. He's hobbling to the line. Yeah, that took some big damage, that Ferrari, on the last lap. So anyway, the Ferraris 6 and 7. Colapinto, well done. Good finish for him. P8. A great drive from Colapinto, really, all things considered. 2 Williams in the points. P9, P10. What a race for Williams. Ollie Behrman, P11. P12 for Bortoleto. Ocon, P13. Lindblad, P14. P15 for Alonso. 16 Perez. 17 Stroll. 18 Bottas. Then we have the didn't finishers. Retired Hulkenberg. Retired Lawson. Gasly. And then Hadjar. That's your race result. Right, I'll be back very, very soon for the race reaction. Do not go anywhere. Don't go anywhere. I'll see you in about 10 minutes time. This stream will redirect you to the next stream. Thank you so much, guys. I'll see you in just about 10 minutes time. Don't go anywhere.